Shabbat Shalom, Happy Pesach, good evening, everyone, welcome. It's great to have you with us here in the sanctuary as well as those live streaming. Shabbat Shalom, Chag Sameach. I'm pleased here tonight to be with Liv Musumechi, who will be leading us in song, and Liz Keenan and Thomas Burke, who are helping us with the tech as we welcome Shabbat and begin the seventh day of Pesach. Now, Abraham Heschel, one of my favorite Jewish writers, talked about Shabbat by comparing it to the work week. And he said, during the week, we deal with the creation of things. On Shabbat, we deal with the mystery of creation. All right, so what's the difference? During the week, we create things. An accountant creates a tax form. A baseball player tries to create a win. If you make things, you make a car, you make art. We do these work things of creation. So during the week, creation of things. On Shabbat, the mystery of creation. We ask, why did I do what I did during the week? We can ask, why am I here to begin with? Why am I here on this earth? And what should I do with my life? And we ask questions that really don't have an answer, which is why we refer to them as mysterious, the mystery of creation. So we can consider this mystery of creation as we welcome Shabbat, as we begin the seventh day of Pesach, and I'd like to turn to you, Liv, now to lead us in song.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us here in the sanctuary and at home. So tonight we are starting with Hine Matov, how good and pleasant it is that brothers and sisters dwell together.
Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Yadadadai, yadadadadai, yadadai, yadadadadai. Hine matov, hine matov. Yadadai, yadadadadai. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad.
Page 3. As we prepare to bless the Shabbat candles, we read, as these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. Page 5 for the Kiddush and the warmth and sweetness of welcoming Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodesho b'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila lemikra kodesh, zecher letziat Mitzrayim. Kivanu v'acharta ve'otanu kedashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha b'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
Amen. The middle of page 6. May the door of this synagogue be wide enough to receive all who hunger for love, all who are lonely for friendship. May it welcome all who have cares to unburden, thanks to express, hopes to nurture. May the door of this synagogue be narrow enough to shut out pettiness and pride, envy and enmity. May its threshold be no stumbling block to young or straying feet. May it be too high to admit complacency, selfishness, and harshness. May this synagogue be for all who enter the doorway to a richer and more meaningful life. We turn now to the Baruch Hu, page 28. You're welcome to rise if you wish.
Yai da 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 da. Yai da 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 da. Yai da 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 da. Yai da 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 da. Yai da 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 da. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Page 30. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim. B'chokhmah poteach she'arim u'vitvuna mishane itim u'machalif et hazmanim u'mesader et hakochavim b'mishmerotehem barakia kirtzono. Borei yom v'layla golei or mipnei choshech v'choshech mipnei or u'ma'avir yom u'mevi layla Umavdil ben yom uvein laila Adonai tzvaot shemo El chai v'kayam tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim. The middle of page 33. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol, all these things your Torah gives to us. And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form? Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem, Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. V'yafta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha v'chol nafshecha uvechol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele Asher Anochi mitzavcha hayom alevavecha vishinantam levanecha vidibarta bam vishivtecha uvetecha vad. Oh my goodness. I'm so hard. Uvleftecha vaderech ukshokbecha uvkumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha vehayun letotafot beineinecha uchtaftam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha lema'an tiskeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kidoshim leloechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiot lachem lelohim ani Adonai Elohechem.
The top of page 39. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together.
Apologies for that. I'm running on 5 hours of sleep.
Yai dai yai dai 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 yai dai dai yai dai 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 yai dai yai dai 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 yai dai 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 micha mocha ba'elim Adonai micha mocha Nedar b'kodesh, Norah, Tehilot, Osei, Feleh, Norah, Tehilot, Osei, Feleh, Malchutecha ra'uvanecha, Bokei ayam lifnei Moshe Miriam, Ze'eli, Ze'eli, Anu ve'ameru, Adonai, Yimloch, Le'olam, Va'ed, Adonai, Yimloch, Le'olam, Va'ed, Yai dai, yai dai dai dai, yai dai dai, yai dai dai, dai dai dai, yai dai, yai dai dai dai, yai dai 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 dai. V'ne'emar ki fada Adonai et Yaakov, ugalo miyad chazak mimenu. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael.
Page 43. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, v'al kol amo Yisrael, v'al Yerushalayim.
It's time for Yismachu. I love Yismachu.
Yismechu v'malechutecha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat v'koreh, Oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malechutecha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat v'koreh, Oneg Shabbat. Mekadeshei, Mekadeshei Shavi Shabbat, כולם ישבעו ותנומתו וחשבת ישמחו ומלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת ישמחו ומלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת והשביעי רצית בו וקדשתו שבת חמדת ימים אותו קראת שבת ישמחו ומלכותך שומכי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת ישמחו ומלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת זכר למעשה בראשית שבת זכר למעשה בראשית שבת ישמחו ומלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת ישמחו ומלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת.
We are a people in whom the past endures, in whom the present is inconceivable without moments gone by. The Exodus lasted a moment enduring forever. What happened once upon a time happens all the time. For the Tefillah, we invite you to rise if you wish.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagi techilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'konei hakol, v'zocher hasei havot v'imahot, u'mevii geula lifnei v'neihem, le'ma'an shemo b'yahava, melech ozer u'moshia u'magen. Baruch atah Adonai, magen Avraham, v'ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, mechayei hakol atah, rav levoshia. Is it more Mashiv or Marid?
We wait till after Pesach.
Okay. Mashiv haruach u'marid hagashem mechelkel chayim bechesed bechayei hakol berachamim rabim somech noflim ve'ofech olim u'matir asurim ומחיים אמונתו לשני עפר מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומידו מלך מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה ונאמן אתה לך חיות הכל ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל.
We turn to page 59 as we prepare for our Modim offering of gratitude. At the top of the page, God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai hatov shimcha ulecha na'eh lahodot. And if something to be grateful for occurred in your life this week, those in the sanctuary, you're invited to share it with us now. Online, if chat is open, you certainly can include it there. Yes, Scott.
Got my car back from Honda. They graciously repaired it, mostly at their expense, and I'm thankful.
Well, you know who to spoke. If I have a car problem, I'm coming to you. Oh, okay. Thanks. Thanks. Anyone? Yeah, Sherry.
I had two wonderful Seder's with my sons on different nights.
Wow, that's great. That's great. Yeah, I mean, so many of us, or some of us at least, we missed out on Seder in person last year, and we're able to have at least some of the family and half the guests or so, at least. Yeah, Stacy.
I had a Seder delayed on Wednesday due to unforeseen circumstances, and I hugged and cried and hugged my son Daniel.
Wow.
I haven't been able to hug
Aw.
in a year.
A year.
And my little Emma said the 4 questions.
Nice. Nice.
And Greg said Diana, yes.
Diana, yeah. Jay.
I called up my grandsons, two of them, each family, one each, wished them a happy birthday and everything else, and wished them the holidays.
Very nice.
All each one up, and thank God that my cats, thank God, are doing good and getting better. Yeah,
I'm glad. Thank you. Liv?
I guess I'm grateful this week for always my niece Abigail, who is growing constantly. She pronounces strawberry strawbee and blueberry burby. It's very cute. And
How old is she?
she's 22 months. She's turning 2 in May.
Right.
And Seder was really good. It's lovely to be with the family again. We had
Yeah.
13, which is small for
That's
us.
it's a good number, but I
Yeah.
hear it's small for you. Great. And Art Umlis let us know that his twin nephews are doing better and better each day. They're newborn and getting stronger, and so we rejoice with them. So we take a few moments to reflect on the graces we enjoyed, the gratitude that we might not have thought about expressing and think about now, and we turn to a moment of private prayer.
Ose shalom bimramav huya ase shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Ose shalom bimramav huya ase shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen.
Gathering in thoughts for those who are ill or injured or seeking strength of spirit, we turn to the Misha Berach prayer, page 253, and we name from the Bima Joan Sorgan, Dawn Sorgan, Whitney Klein, Nadine Miller, Ted Miller, Seth Miller, Danielle Miller, Samantha Miller, Jordan Miller, Sherry Copeland, Scott Copeland, Fred Rosenfeld, Deanne Rosenfeld, Jack Levitan, Isabella Lagamba, Robin Dunn, Ron Druckman, Moses Powell, Margaret Powell, Yvette La Rochelle, Roberta Klein, Richard Grossman, John DeVoe, Lewis Allen, Audrey Hirsch, Barbara Kantrowitz, Stephen Nelson, Kathy Volpe, Marilyn Zaga, Michael Stewart, Abby Immediato, Gay Shama, Tony Kippelman, Jay Kaplan, Jen Rubin, Robbie Hoff, Mark Hoff, Taylor Hoff, Dan Cerulli, Welaine Cerulli, Letitia Cerulli, Fran Bem, Walter Bem, June Hess, Michelle Finley, Jay Hoffman, Dan and Lee Cerulli, Carl Lembo, Danny Rosillo, Moshe Ben Rosa Uvaruch, Jim Cecile, Gene Kaplan, Loretta Umlis, Audrey Goodplan, Tessie Mikos, Blanche Tyson, Jeffrey Side, Monty Side, Sheldon Levy, Richard Galvin, Rocco Pisani, and Kathy Goldsmith. If you have any other names to include, if you're online, please note them in chat, or during the week, you're more than welcome to call them in, and we can read them from the Bima. And here in the sanctuary, if you have any others. Thank you.
Marie Vincure, Tony Armelino, Ellen Epstein, and Angela Caruso.
Thank you. Okay. The Mishaberach prayer is on page 253.
Mishaberach Avotenu Mikor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishaberach imotenu mikor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
So this evening we begin the seventh day of Passover, and I'm just not quite ready to let go of the holiday or the lessons that we enjoy. I mean, I could use a slice of pizza, but that's another story. Let's talk about some of the things we can learn, or at least I like to think about. Well, maybe your Seder is like ours was or is. As we go around the table, taking turns reading from the Haggadah, each of us would count down the parts and people, calculating who would read each part, especially when it came to the parable of the 4 children, the wise, the simple, the evil, and the one unable to ask. No one wanted to be the evil one. Everyone wants to be wise. The simple one, the one unable to ask, take them or leave them. Nothing really there. But the teasing you got for having to read about the evil one was something no one wanted or deserves. But I'm looking at Passover a little differently this year, with the simple child who, as our Haggadah tells us, simply asks, Mazot, what's this? Catching my eye and ear this year, because there are times that behaving simply is all any of us needs to do to move the world forward or improve our lot. This Passover, the simple child is my favorite, and let me explain. To be sure, anybody who's anybody wants to be wise. It's great to be among the smartest in the room, if not the very smartest, even when acting that way may not be the smartest thing to do. For instance, channel surf across a political spectrum, and it won't take long to find a news host or invited guest behaving like they know it all. Expert for sure, but no human being possesses all the wisdom in the world, not even those folks on the radio, the internet, or the TV, acting as if they have nothing to learn from a book or somebody else. Of course, I like to turn to the experts. When I'm having a problem with my car, or when I wake up not feeling well, I want sound, fact-based professional guidance, advice and help from the smartest person I can find. Yet sometimes We think we're so smart with all the answers, even when we haven't even asked the right question. And for me, I'm not as wise as I sometimes lead myself and others to think. And I've been told that I have a way of looking like I know what I'm doing, even when I don't. So watch out. Now, here's an example that happens in synagogues, churches, and the workplace all the time. People come to conclusions without getting all the facts. They think they're wise enough to know everything without knowing everything. They jump to a conclusion with only one side of the story, and they don't have the whole thing right. Here at a synagogue, they might complain to the president or the rabbi or the board, only to learn they didn't have all the information that they needed. How much better off would they have been to approach the situation and would a simple child, instead of accusing or judging, just ask, "What's this?" instead of jumping to conclusions, preparing for an argument, and at the end only embarrass themselves. In many situations, the simple child is really very wise. The simple child withholds judgment until getting all the facts. The simple child gives the next person the benefit of the doubt. The simple child avoids jumping to conclusions and instead hears out all sides of the story before deciding what to do. So 3 cheers for the simple child, though with Passover numbers, let's add one more and make it 4. 4 cheers for the simple child. So when your spouse walks in late, be the simple child and instead of attacking, ask, "What happened?" When your kids don't do what they said they would, instead of accusing and getting angry, ask, "Oh, when do you think you'll get it done?" When your neighbor's tree falls on your fence, avoid a fight. First, make sure that no one was hurt, and then take it from there in a simple way. What happened? What can be done? You get the point. It's good to be smart, but sometimes it's smarter to be simple. Kain Yehi Ratzon, Shabbat Shalom. We turn to the Aleinu, page 282. You're welcome to rise if you wish.
Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, latet gedola leotzer breshit, shelo asanu kegoye haratzot, velo samanu kemishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonam, va'anachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו echad.
You're welcome to be seated. As our service comes to a close and we turn to the words of the Kaddish prayer, we think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, and we extend our sympathies to those who mourn the recent deaths of Adam Ira Greenberg and Francisco Lamparte. And we think of those who died at this season in years past, and those we have drawn into our hearts with our own. And we name on their yard sites Eder Barbalake, Mildred Blumenkrantz, Mildred Cohn, Julius Edwards, Abraham Fish, Ben Foreman, Edmund Fox, Martin First, Carrie Graber, Florence Grossman, Sadie Handon, Morris Heltzer, Louis Isaacs, Dina A. Katsky, Molly Katz, Nathan Klarberg, David Kramberg, Theodore Krantz, Annie Lieber, Elliot Mandel, Rose Mardenfield, Beatrice Marks, Viola Pollack, Richard Reynolds, Ethel Scher, Jeanette Schiff, Joanne Schneck, Sarah Schultz, William Shore, Elias J. Siegel, and Harry Weber. If you have any other names to include, if you're online, please note them in chat. If you're here in the sanctuary, you're welcome to speak them aloud. Zichronam Livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. We invite you to rise as we turn to the words of the Kaddish prayer, page 294. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, b'yalma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chai echon v'yom echon uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehei shemei rabbah muvarach le'olam u'lalmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei d'kudashah, barichu. Le'elam in kol berchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, damiran bi'alma, v'yimru amen. Yehei shalom arabah min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. And may the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved, and let us say amen. You're welcome to be seated. Thank you, Liv, so much for leading us in song. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you. And Liz Keenan and Thomas Burke, thank you for your help with including the folks online. Thank you, thank you. Tomorrow morning, we'll have services for the 7th day of Pesach, including Yizkor, and Cantor Wolf and I will be here for the first time together on the Bima. So that's it's kind of hard to imagine that we hadn't been, and I'm looking forward to, and hope you can join us tomorrow morning, either here in the sanctuary or at home online. Religious school resumes this week. Those who are I'm tutoring, I look forward to seeing you. And a week from Sunday, we'll continue with religious school. And next Friday night, Cantor Wolf will be with us as well. She's back from Holland, and her dad's doing a lot better. So we're breathing easier and happy for her. Do we have the major things, Sherry? No, anything else? We're okay? Oh, yeah, Yom HaShoah will be online only, April 11th, Sunday, April 11th, a week from Sunday at 5. There is a link that you got, and so please join us there. And please, please, please take some books. We have been going through, culling our library, and removing duplicates, older editions, more duplicates, and things that really don't belong in a temple library, though they're very good books. So we have them out in the lobby, and if you're by during the week, just let Gail know you're coming by. As you leave tonight, take home a book or two. We certainly can spare them. But then we will have such a great, tight collection in the library when we get the new bookshelves. And that room is going to look great for when your next rabbi comes on July 1st. So I think that's it.
I would like to note that the link for tomorrow morning, the Yizkor service, is the same link for tonight. So the link that you got will be the same. What time is the Yizkor service?
10:30.
10:30. All right.
Thank you.
We'll be starting at 10:30.
Thanks, Liv. One more song.
Oh, right. Shalom Rav. It's one that we don't do often. I don't know why. But I was looking through the Mishkan to find a song, a closing song. And I was like, oh, Shalom Rav. I remember Jen Rubin singing this with us a lot. So we're singing it. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atau melech Adon lechol hashalom. Ki atau melech Adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov b'necha levarech
את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat
Thank
Shalom,
you.
everyone. Thank you. Let's just close up online.